let's not sugarcoat it, but we are in the final throes of Starmer's government. Wes Streeting tonight or tomorrow morning he's going to resign. He's going to trigger a leadership bid. Starmer's government has been a total, complete, unmitigated disaster. Whichever aspect of it you look at it, people, even on the left, even though if you go back in my previous videos, you can see I was in 2019, 2020, I said that Starmer is not the answer. He's a total disaster. He's a right-wing corporatist fool. He's completely in the pockets of the big banks, the big supermarkets, Google, the big tech firms. He is completely and utterly bought and sold by Israel. That is what Starmer is through and through. He's a corporate shill. Starmer has presided over the biggest clampdown on free speech in my lifetime, probably in the past, I would say at least 70 years. Since World War II, people are getting locked up. They're getting arrested and locked up for political speech on social media like Facebook, YouTube, etc. It is completely and utterly insane. I'm going to do a video on what free speech should actually look like, because very few people, including the Free Speech Union, get it right on free speech, and I'm going to explain everything so it's completely black and white, so people should understand what the correct position is. But on practically every issue, on Palestine and Israel, obviously Starmer's supported Israel. He's given them reconnaissance support with the air base in Cyprus. We've done loads for Israel. The fact is, he's participated in a genocide against the completely innocent Palestinians. He hasn't in any way assisted the British public when it comes to this crazy, insane cost of living crisis. Right now, diesel is nearly £2 a litre. It is an absolute farce. I think at least 80p of that is taxes. He could, tomorrow morning, he could do windfall taxes on the big energy firms that are making absolute record profits. He could take some off the banks too, because they're making absolute killings. He isn't in any way, he's doing nothing, he's letting it run high. People are just having to find the money to pay higher costs and small businesses, etc. It is completely insane. He's failed to properly tackle leasehold. The legal system in Britain as it relates to property laws and land is an archaic mess, and I'm going to do a video on it. I won't go into all the details now, but it needs to be steamrolled out of our statute books, because it is a total and utter disgrace. Starmer is not in any way helping British people, British working class. He's totally betrayed the few of them that actually believed him. I didn't believe him. If you go back in my videos, I made it crystal clear that the guy cannot be trusted and is a total disaster for the Labour Party. Now the Labour Party is practically finished. Obviously Reform are extremely likely going to win at the next election. The left is fragmented. You know, we've got your party, the Workers' Party, the Greens, which all have their own positives and negatives, which I'll talk about in other videos. But Starmer's leadership has been equivalent to, if not in some ways, far worse in some ways, not in all ways, but in far worse than the Tories. You know, for free speech, Starmer has been a categorical nightmare. More than any other premiership have we seen this level of arrests for political speech, because that's what it is. They've drafted these ridiculous anti-terror laws to get people done for what is ultimately free speech. That is ultimately what it is. So I can't wait to see the back of Starmer. I knew he would be a disaster. He needs to read the room and he needs to go. He's a multi-millionaire. He can go and do something else. But definitely not running number 10, because he is a total catastrophe, as I told you so. The NHS is on its knees. He's constantly meeting with big tech people, big Google representatives. He's constantly meeting with big property firms. He's completely bought and sold by capitalism. That is what he is. He's a total corporate shill. He's failed to tackle any of the core problems in Britain in any significant way. It is totally bizarre, and he's increasing surveillance. This Online Safety Act has nothing to do with child safety. It has everything to do with surveillance and control. Everything about him I can't stand. He needs to go, read the room and go.